So woke Hollywood just got hit with another brutal reality check as the latest mass layoffs are sending shockwaves through studios like Warner Brothers and even Paramount. Okay, so this whole panic over the Warner Brothers sale says everything about the state of the industry in woke Hollywood. Now, the big studios over in what's now woke Hollywood are shrinking, the jobs are disappearing, and the unions that used to scream the loudest have suddenly gone quiet. Where's Fran Drescher in all of this? That silence is fear traveling through woke Hollywood. Now, it's not, the strikes that hurt woke Hollywood, and now they're realizing the business might move on without them. Okay. So the Writers Guild has actually said that they'd fight, tooth and nail against the mergers. But honestly, the truth is that they don't have much leverage anymore. The other guilds in woke Hollywood aren't saying much because, well, last time they went on a crusade, thousands lost their jobs, and woke Hollywood still hasn't recovered. Okay. So, yeah, this is an old story here on this page, and it's survival mode right now. They're staying quiet, hoping they would make it through the next corporate shuffle. Now, the writers and actors in woke Hollywood who thought that, solidarity would save them are learning firsthand that solidarity doesn't pay rent when the studios have no money to spend. Okay. And that's saying a lot right there, but we all know what's happening because of the fact that they put out there a certain, ideology into things that doesn't belong in them. Okay. But other than that, the situation with Warner Brothers now proves how fragile woke Hollywood structure really is. Now, Paramount and Skydance have already started, cutting jobs before they even own the place. Okay. If they get it, it'll be a bloodbath. If someone else buys it, it'll be the same story. Redundancy means termination. That's how corporate math works. But the irony is that these companies in woke Hollywood used to brag about inclusion and diversity, but when the numbers turn red, well, the only thing that gets included is a layoff notice. Now, the debt hanging over Warner Brothers makes the company radioactive to, most buyers. The only ones who could afford it are the tech giants like Apple or Comcast, and even they don't want to inherit the billions in liabilities. But meanwhile, free streaming platforms like Tubi are outperforming Warner's own Max app with legacy content like Looney Tunes. Okay. So basically, the studio that created Bugs Bunny gave up on its own icon while a free service built an audience off the scraps. And that's the kind of management that destroys institutions. As a matter of fact, maybe it's time for me to go ahead and check out the Tubi app. Okay. But I'm just getting off topic here. I mean, it's like watching Disney wake up one day and say, yeah, we don't really need Mickey Mouse anymore. I mean, that's how disconnected these executives are from the legacies that built their empires. Okay. Now, they don't understand nostalgia or loyalty. They only understand short term metrics. Okay. Now, they've cut themselves off from the audience that kept them alive for generations. Okay. So basically, the whole Looney Tunes doing better on Tubi than on Max and everything is not a fluke. It's proof that people are tired of paying for nothing but mediocrity. Now, the unions, once seen as the great defenders of creative workers, have turned into gatekeepers for a dying industry. They charge dues like it's protection money. You had to pay them for the right to even audition, and most members never work. 2% of union actors and stuff have enough to live on. 2%. The rest are just paying into a system that's basically drying out. And it's like playing for a theme park where you might not even get on the ride, but if you don't pay, you're not allowed to get through the gate itself. I mean, that's no surprise right there because a lot of people have been saying this about everything that's happening in Hollywood for a long time. But the setup is basically extortion with a legal logo. The unions became what they once fought. bureaucrats that exist to feed themselves. They bully the very companies that provide jobs, then act surprised when those companies stop hiring. You see, they say that they're fighting for fair wages, but the industry itself they claim to represent is collapsing under its own bloat. Now, when the producers can replace you with AI or outsource your role to someone overseas, no picket line is going to save you. Okay. Now, the few people still defending the unions still talk about, about safety and fairness, but that's not what's killing Hollywood, which has become woke Hollywood, by the way. You see, it's arrogance. The studios don't need these bloated hierarchies anymore, and the unions in woke Hollywood know it. Okay. So basically, I mean, that's why they've started trying to recruit YouTubers and podcasters, people outside their traditional woke Hollywood system, just to keep the cash flowing. Okay. Basically, they're desperate to expand their influence while pretending they still have relevance. Okay. So the problem is that those creators don't need them. The internet already gave them freedom the unions can't provide, okay? And they enjoy that freedom. Now, as you all know, for decades, Hollywood was the only path to success, and that monopoly is gone. The rise of independent creators that doesn't promote the woke Hollywood status quo, digital distribution, and AI tools has shattered the old model. Okay, so basically anyone can produce, edit, and release content now. Now that terrifies the current woke Hollywood guard. Okay, they spent years building walls around their industry, and now those walls that make up woke Hollywood, I mean, let's be real, they're crumbling right now, and there's no surprise either. Okay. Now, the point is that they've been really quiet. They haven't quiet union meetings and everything. That in that fortress is collapsing from the inside. Okay. The merger wave that started with Disney buying Fox was the beginning of the end. You see, each consolidation killed jobs and reduced competition, and nobody in power cared until it hit their own doorstep. And now Paramount and Skydance are following the same pattern itself. You see, they merge, they slash, and they move on. The whole corporate playbook never changes. You see, when you hear words like synergy and even streamlining, I mean, it just means pink slips are coming. Okay, so basically, it's profit, nothing personal. Now, reports say that Paramount has already drawn up kill lists for departments across, CBS, Nickelodeon, MTV, and Paramount Plus. And also for those of you who are Gen Xers and stuff, I mean, MTV shutting down if it hasn't shut down already. It's been announced and stuff. The only thing that you can think about when it comes to MTV's memories, I mean, they don't have music videos on that network anymore. Okay, but basically that's their language. 1,000 jobs gone in the first round, 2,000 more expected, and they'll say it's to make the company leaner. But what they're really doing is just simply gutting the workforce before chasing, another acquisition. I mean, that's what's waiting for Warner Brothers if the sale goes through. Now, it's just a pattern recognition at this point. Okay. Now, MTV still technically exists, but it's just a ghost. And the network itself that once defined youth culture has become a rerun graveyard. Now, if someone had the sense to bring it back with real music videos and classic style, I mean, it might actually thrive. Gen Z would eat it up because it will feel authentic again, but Hollywood doesn't do authentic anymore. As a matter of fact, Gen Zers, if they want to watch a music video, they can just simply go on YouTube and stuff and watch it. I mean, they already have music videos up there anyway. Now, it only does content, okay? See, everything is a product with a shelf life measured in clicks. That's why people are just simply tuning out. Now, when the layoffs hit full swing, corporate public relations or PR will call it restructuring, but it's not restructuring. It's just contraction. All right. The creative class in Hollywood is shrinking really fast. And even the New York Times admitted that the industry hasn't recovered from the last strikes. Okay. Now, it's not just about, studios losing money. It's about the public also losing interest quickly. Now, once audiences stop caring, no union, no guild, and no algorithm can fix it. I mean, you can't negotiate relevance anymore. And ironically, the same unions that shouted about, inclusion and fairness in woke Hollywood now find themselves excluded from the next phase of entertainment. Okay. The relics of another era, basically. Their woke Hollywood members are clinging to the idea that the system owes them something, but that system doesn't exist anymore. You see, the studios are global now. The content is algorithmic, and the culture that once sustained Hollywood has scattered across 1,000 platforms. Okay, basically, the center didn't hold because the center stopped listening when it just came to woke Hollywood. Okay. And honestly, it's because of the fact that they put out every different content that has woke ideology that's being promoted in it. Okay. And it's promoting it to like, it's meant for places like California, Portland, or even like New England areas and stuff, but not the nation or the world as a whole. You see, California is still trying to bribe studios to stay with tax credits, but it's too late. The future of entertainment isn't in Los Angeles. It's decentralized. It's online. It's in independent projects made by people who don't care about the woke Hollywood industry approval. Now, woke Hollywood had priced itself out of its own market, and now it's paying the price. Now, when the city becomes too expensive to film in and too corrupt to fix, production will go elsewhere. I mean, it's already happening overseas. Okay. Now, the end of Hollywood as we knew it is not, some distant prediction. It's happening right now. The strikes, the mergers, what else? The layoffs, and endless moral posturing from woke Hollywood. All of it just simply, pushed the audience away. The people who used to dream about, making it in Hollywood are now building their own worlds on the internet. All right. The institutions actually thought they could just bully the future into submission. But honestly, the future doesn't need their permission. You see, the audience has already moved on. All right. And that's not surprising either. Now, even Disney, the biggest woke Hollywood empire of them all, knows the old ways are dying. You see, they've tried to buy their way into YouTube culture by just partnering with influencers who are shills, by the way, and celebrities who already built independent brands. Okay. They think that, throwing money at online creators will make woke Hollywood relevant again. Guess what? It won't. Woke Hollywood can't buy authenticity after decades of just selling politics instead of entertainment. Now, that's why every one of their quote collaborations are being seen as artificial. It's corporate cosplay pretending to be grassroots. Okay. So definitely the fall of woke Hollywood won't happen overnight. It still exists, but at the same time, it's not theoretical anymore. The signs are everywhere in every layoff, every studio sale, every desperate rebrand. Now, the future belongs to whoever can adapt without selling out. Okay. Now, for decades, the Hollywood industry just simply told everyone else how to think, how to talk, and what to believe. And now it's their turn to face the judgment. Now, the audience has already spoken and they've moved on already. Woke Hollywood's lights are still on, but nobody's watching. So let me know your thoughts about this in the comments below. Be sure to smash the like button, share the video far and wide across social media. Subscribe to the channel, turn on the bell for future uploads notifications, and I'll see you all in the next one. Until then, peace.